guys, it's me, Clarissa here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So I just wanted to come to you guys really quickly and give you an update on what happened to Tay K. Like, I know everybody already have heard, everybody already knows what's going on, but I have yet to come out and tell you how I feel about the situation. So here I am. He has gotten 55 years in prison for something that he did when he was still a teenager. So let me tell y'all, first and foremost, you already know about to get into this stuff. You guys that are out there thinking you are big and bad and bold and want to be in this drama life of, you know, thug life, going in, robbing people, shooting people, being with the wrong people, wrong crowd that's doing these activities, and you get pulled along because you just so happen to be their friend. So you gotta do it now that you're in a situation. This can end your life. Now, this is not the end of Tay K situation, because he still has another situation that happened that he will have to go to court for another altercation that happened totally separate to this murder case. This is a case that happened to Ethan. Ethan was a 21-year-old guy that got murdered and shot. Well, murder is shot, but basically he was shot. They tried to rob him, and Tay K was not the one who pulled the trigger, but he did not operate with the cops. He didn't operate with the feds. He didn't do any, he didn't negotiate any plea deal or anything. So even though he wasn't the shooter, the people that did snitch or, cooperate with the police got shorter sentences. One, I believe, got 30 years. The other one, I believe, got 40 years. And no, 25. One of them got 25 years, 20 to 25 years, and the other one got 40 years. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's too many years. Either way, I would have took the 25 than the 50 any day. But Tay K was also accused of two assaults. So 2 cases for assault that were 13 years, and then another case for the murder case that he was involved with. So he was charged 55 years for being an accomplice to the actual murder. He's not being convicted of the murder, but he is being convicted for the death of the, for being a part of the death, okay, and being an accomplice for it. And he's also having the assault charges as well, because he admitted to the assault, but he did not admit to saying, okay, we're going to go in there and kill the guy. He admitted that he's going to go in there and rob. So he was also charged for the robbing parts, which is 2 counts of aggravated, robbery, which were the 13 year sentences. So with that being said, they only choose the most. So they chose a 55 year sentence, so he's going to be serving 55 years. It's not to life, but 55 years. And he might be serving, on top of that, for this other case that we will soon find out about, when the case is hit, when the trial comes, and might have to do an additional 30 years. So he's looking at 80, 90 years in prison. He might as well just say that they don't want to say he's in life, because one of the guys got life. The guy that actually pulled the trigger and killed Ethan got life. But, you might as well say that he has life in prison, because he's only 19 right now, and I don't know how in the world he will get out before he dies. So he has life in prison, basically. And this is a sad situation, because during this whole situation, this man really has, with the music career blown up with, like, one of the songs, the most important song that he has done is The Race. And the reason why I say it's the most important song is because he's talking about him doing the race. He's talking about him literally running away from the cops. He's talking about him really, basically fleeing the situation that he's involved in currently. He's just currently being charged for. And, when you talk about rappers living out their lyrics, Tay K really lived out his lyrics. And so for those of you that are like, oh, these rappers don't be out here, really rapping, really doing what they're supposed to be, doing what they say they're doing. Well, Tay K was one of the rappers that actually did what he said that he was rapping about in his songs. And it's not a good thing. Like, for all y'all like, yeah, he did it. Yeah, he real. No, bitch, this is not a good thing. Like, this man is about to spend the rest of his life in jail. Like, prison. Like, what life? Like, what life is that? Like, what life is he having besides a jail life? And you know what? People do live in prison. I'm not saying like what life, but like not being able to see like the outside world, like for the rest of your life, like you might as well say rest of your life. He's 19 plus 55 is how much, guys? 69 plus 70, 74 years. 74 years old, not to mention the case that he hasn't been tried for yet, hasn't gone to court for yet. Like, if he does get out and he is alive and he does, you know, actually get out of jail, he won't be younger than 70 something years old, basically is what I'm saying to you guys. And that's off of good behavior. Otherwise, with this other case popping on him too, he might see 90 basically be 90 years old or plus by the time he get out of jail, if he sees that age to get out of jail. This is a prison, because that's worse. Just saying, prison. He's going to prison, not jail, prison. This is worse than anything like that. This is what happens. Birds are for the flock together. If you hang around people that are not good examples, not beneficial to your life, getting you into trouble, getting you to drama, you need to go ahead and drop them now, because this may end up being your life. And I know Tay K sitting there like, I'd wasted my whole career, my whole livelihood for nonsense. He could be doing shows for 100K plus. Even fuck, you know, forget that. He could be doing like walkthroughs for 10,000 just to walk through somewhere for say somewhere 30 minutes. You understand? Like 3 of those, that's 30K. That's more than people make on average on a year, on the average income for one person in a year. He could do that in 30 minutes and get 10K. Like, he really effed up. Like, if you are an aspiring rapper, forget aspiring rapper. If you are someone that if anybody, forget that, anybody with common sense and a goal, if you don't have one, set one for yourself. Do not do this to your life. Do not make yourself this kind of an example. Don't do it to your life, because it ain't beneficial. It's not beneficial to you, and it ain't gonna help you for your life, and you're not going to having a life. So with that being said, y'all, he has been sentenced to 55 years in prison for the murder case and robbery of Ethan. When the next trial come out with the situation that I'm telling you about, I don't want to give too much details, because then, you know, it won't be nothing to talk about by the time it gets there. So when the case does come out, I will fill you in on the details of the case. If you're interested, I'll link a video down below on the case that I'm referring to. I'm not trying to get too much details about, so you guys can get a little sneak peek of what's to come. But I wish the best for Tay K. I hope that he doesn't you know, take this and not still live his life. Even though he's in prison, he can still live. I hope he does benefit himself and do the things that he needs to do while he's in prison to stay out of trouble. And I also send my condolences out to the family that has to be involved with the situation and to lose their son, and for a child to lose their father, and a girlfriend to lose their confidant, and you know her spouse. You know, I do send my condolences out to their families. So with that being said, I'm out on this video. See you guys later. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey fam, thank you for joining this video today, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.